Good evening, everyone. It's a real joy and a privilege to be here with you tonight. To all Muslims in attendance, Ramadan Mubarak. Let me begin with a message of peace and Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum. These interfaith iftars organised by the Naz Legacy Foundation are one of my favourite events. And not only because after 18 hours of fasting, they involve plenty of food. I note, by the way, Harris, the average age for tonight is 23. Notwithstanding his age and seniority, we've kept the average age quite low, which is good, Harris. Look, fasting during these long summer days can be tough. Game of Thrones fans amongst you will know the saying, winter is coming. Well, as a Muslim, I've got to say, Ramadan in winter, where the days are much shorter, can't come soon enough. It is wonderful to be in such a beautiful and spiritual surroundings tonight. St. Paul's has been home to some incredible moments. The peace services marking the end of the First and Second World Wars. The launch of the Festival of Britain. The 80th and 90th birthdays of Queen Elizabeth II. And as we mark the birth of a new royal baby, we can reflect that the wedding of Prince Charles and Princess Diana took place here. Harry, Meghan, if you're watching the live stream and looking for inspiration for a baby name, Sadiq James Windsor has a nice ring to it. I want to begin by thanking Harris and the Naz Legacy Foundation for helping stage this event, and indeed St. Paul's Cathedral, the City of London Corporation and other partners. I want to pay particular tribute to the Bishop of London, the Right Reverend Dame Sarah Mullally, a friend of City Hall and a friend to all of us who are Londoners, the Canon Pastor, Reverend Tricia Hillis, and everyone here at St. Paul's for opening their doors tonight and kindly welcoming us into this iconic cathedral. In the same way that Notre Dame occupies a special place in the hearts of the French people, St. Paul's is a similarly revered place for us as the spiritual home for Londoners. Constructed out of the ashes after the Great Fire of London devastated our city, it stands as a sign of revival, ambition and hope for all of us. It's a measure of our city's open, accepting and inclusive culture that this evening, in this historic place of Christian worship, you have a mayor of Islamic faith addressing an audience of all faiths and backgrounds. Tonight, we're making history, as this is the first ever iftar to be held under this famous domed roof. And tonight, we send a powerful message about what's possible when we look at what we have in common, as the Bishop said. A shared appetite for peace, a mutual desire for progress, and a collective conviction that what unites us is far greater than that which separates us. For me, Ramadan is an opportunity to spend time with friends and family and Naz's son. To spare thought for those who are less fortunate, to focus on what's truly important and give to charity. But this holy month is also a great chance to break down barriers and bring people together, to demystify Islam and shine a light on its true values, the values of love, compassion and kindness that are universal to all the great religions from Christianity and Judaism to Sikhism and Hinduism. Indeed, the Quran tells us, "We have made you into nations and tribes so that you may know one another." The Bible tells us to love thy neighbour as thyself. And the Talmud tells us what is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow man. That is the law. All the rest is commentary. So, in that spirit, in the spirit of tolerance and mutual respect, we come together tonight to break bread, either as brothers and sisters in faith or as equals in humanity. Friends, let me end by saying this. In the times we live, reaffirming our commitment to the values of religious freedom and pluralism has never been more important. The appalling terrorist attacks on Muslims in New Zealand, Christians in Sri Lanka, and Jewish worshippers in San Diego and Pittsburgh illustrate the scale of the challenge before us. No one is claiming it will be easy to beat back the regressive forces that today are gaining ground. But your example, your energy, and your idealism fill me with the hope that I need to know that we will choose the right path, that will continue our journey towards a fairer, more just and more inclusive future, and that London will go on being the greatest city in the world and a place that's open to all regardless of faith, ethnicity, gender, class or culture. Have a great night and a productive Ramadan. Thank you.